Good morning, friends. It's Thursday morning. It's almost 8 a.m. This is going to be the perfect dish for such a busy day. It's truck day, so I never know when I have to leave on the fly. So this is going to be a perfect recipe for this day. So anyway, we're making forgotten chicken. It's a super simple recipe, which you know I love to bring to you. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, I will tell you, I have some almost cooked chicken thighs that I prepped last night. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I was going to take them off the bone and put them in the freezer. And then when I discovered this recipe, I thought I'm just going to go ahead and use these thighs for this recipe. Now, if you don't have any thighs cooked, it's not a big deal. You could use boneless, skinless chicken breast, and that's what the original recipe calls for. 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. Or you can use thighs, and they can be raw. Mine are just pre-cooked. So I'll give you the directions for the raw chicken once we get to that point. Now it says to mix all these items up in a separate bowl, and you know how I am. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to dirty up any dishes. So we're going to put in 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, okay? And then we're going to add 1 can of water. But first, I'm going to add the rice. So we've got 2 cups of instant rice. You can use white rice, brown rice. This is 2 cups instant white rice. Okay. I'm going to give that a stir really quickly before I add the water so it's not a mess. Okay. Sometimes my food truck comes early. They'll call me and they'll say, hey, we're going to be there in 15 minutes. And other times they run late. So I just never know. And then I have to do payroll on Thursdays. So Thursdays are kind of a busy morning. So this is going to be a great thing to make up ahead of time. So when we get home this afternoon, it's all ready to go. Now we're going to add in 1 can of water. And I got to thinking, why not chicken broth? But then you add some onion soup. So I thought, well, that's probably why. It probably makes it too salty. Okay, so there's that. Let's get it all incorporated together. This would be a perfect dish to have like on a Sunday afternoon because you can put it in the oven and literally forget about it. Set a timer. Don't completely forget about it. You don't want any burnt food. Okay, looks like we've got all of that incorporated together. See, no dishes. No dishes. All right, now comes the chicken. Now, the original recipe calls, like I said, for 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast, or you could use chicken strips, or it said you could use thighs. Now, you just have to adjust your baking time if you use bone-in raw thighs. Okay, so here are my thighs. Maybe if I can get them apart. I pre-cooked them last night, like I said, in my little slow cooker because I didn't know what I was going to do with them. So my plan was to cook them, take them off the bone, and put them in the freezer. Go. Just 1, 2. I just took them out of the fridge. They're kind of stuck together here this morning. We got 6. I'll see if I can get 8 in there. That gives everybody 2 thighs, and that way we have leftovers for tomorrow. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more thigh in there. There we got it. All right, so we've got 8 in. I've got 8 thighs. So like I said, these are pre-cooked. All right, that way we have, there's 4 of us, so that'll give us 2 thighs each, and that'll be leftovers for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. I don't know why. I keep forgetting that I have this filled. I'm going to add some black pepper. We're going to add some of my favorite girl. This is paprika. just for a little color and taste. Now here is the last bit to this recipe. We're gonna add some onion soup mix, and you just sprinkle it right over the chicken. Yeah. That's why you don't add any salt. Voila, we are done. That literally took 5 or 6 minutes to go to, yeah, I've been with you 5 minutes and 42 seconds. That's how quick it was to throw this together. You're gonna cover it with foil. Now, because my chicken is almost fully cooked, if not fully cooked, I'm gonna do for about an hour. Now, if you have raw, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, you wanna do between an hour and a half. Just check it about an hour in and go from there. You want your chicken to be cooked through, of course. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the oven. I'm gonna get ready for work, and we'll come back and see this finished product. All right, friend, our hour is up. The forgotten chicken is out. In that hour, I got dressed and ready for work. I made some breakfast, I did some dishes, and I steamed some asparagus that I'll finish off when we get home from work with a little bit of butter and Parmesan cheese. That'll go great with this casserole, or however, whatever you want to call it, our forgotten chicken. I didn't forget about it. Put it in the oven for 1 hour. Let's take a peek now and see how it looks. Ooh wee, friends, look at that. 1 hour was perfect. Now it's hot. Let me see. I'm gonna tilt it up here so you can see it. Look at this. Look at that. Our rice is perfectly cooked. Our chicken's cooked. Of course, it was partially cooked, but I think an hour is the ticket. The rice is not too, it didn't get dried out. It looks perfect. Let me give it a little taste here before I go to work. Oh. Ooh, that is so creamy and flavorful. I know the family is gonna love this one. I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna let it cool down before I leave for work and put it in the fridge. Then we can come home and just heat our plates up and have our asparagus. Now, Bad Papa, hi, commented, love my videos, but wish I would place the recipe at the end of the description. Now, sometimes I don't have time to do that, but I will try to do better about giving you the ingredients at the end. Now, sometimes I make stuff up as I go along, so I don't always have a recipe. I'm gonna try to do better. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna recap the recipe. Go get your pen, go get your paper, I'll wait. And let's break down this recipe. Okay, for starters, I have my 9x13 baking dish. Preheat your oven to 350. 9x13 baking dish. A tablespoon of melted butter in the bottom. Now in a separate bowl, unless you're like me and don't want to do dishes, in your baking dish, you're gonna add 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 2 cups of white instant rice. It could be brown rice if you want. Just make sure it's instant rice. 2 cups. And then you're gonna add 1 can of water. And then you're gonna mix, mix, mix. Then you're gonna add in your chicken. Now the original recipe calls for 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. I use pre-cooked chicken thighs. You can use boneless, skinless chicken thighs, okay? You're gonna place those in the rice. And then you're going to add 1 packet of onion soup mix sprinkled all over the chicken. Now I added some paprika and pepper to my chicken, so that's up to you. Now you could add in onions, anything you want, you can add in, but I didn't, I just stuck with the original recipe. Cover it with foil. I went for 1 hour. Now my chicken was pre-cooked, but I honestly think 1 hour is gonna be perfect with a boneless, skinless chicken breast. Maybe fillet them so they're not so thick. And also just check it after an hour. 350 degrees, and that's it. I'm having asparagus and a salad with ours, add a veg, dinner's ready. Simple and easy and delicious. Also, this has nothing to do with the dish, but I want to tell you about these pants I got. These pants, I'm loving these pants. Oh, sorry, showed a little too much skin there. These are Sonoma pants. They're from Kohl's, and I'm loving this fabric, and I'm loving these because they have a pull-on waist. When I have diverticulitis attack, I can't stand anything thick on my waist. So these come from Kohl's. I actually got these at the thrift store for $5.99. Way, but you can buy these at Kohl's. They're a cotton fabric, and I wish you could see them. I'm too short. I'm only 5'3", but I'm loving these for work. They're cotton pants. I am going to live. I bought several pairs of these. I'm going to live in these this fall and this winter because they're comfortable and they're honestly like wearing pajama pants, which I'm all about. So check those out if you're like me and don't always want to wear jeans and you like to be comfy. I'm loving these pants, friends. All right, now I'm gonna go. Have a good day, and thanks again for stopping by.